Easter people panelists to the stage, please. Guests, we'll call you up. We'll call you up after we've started. So you guys can sit where you want. We'll call you up after we've done the intro. Cool. If you're a regular contributor to the podcast, head to the stage. What's that? Start what? Oh yeah. Update now. Yeah, good. Yeah. Install Adobe. Adobe. Yeah. Have you hit record on the? All right. But I just am afraid that the bandwidth issues are gonna hurt the recording. Hello. Recording. All right. Lisa Kimball, Randall Curtis, and Jason Evans to the stage, please.
I got my glasses on. They're doing absolutely nothing, but you know. I was down before. Now that I'm here, this is going down. Unfortunately, with Google Hangouts, you need to have with the public Google Hangouts especially. Yeah, man, we're up here.
Let's do the sign-on with us.
You need someone really cute on to kind of draw some more crowd too. So now that I'm here, maybe we should put my picture up. No, it's real. It's just not. It's not live right now on.
This is not a drill.
I shouldn't see anything right now. It's not. I'm just worried. I'm just worried. Yeah, I haven't turned them. I haven't done anything. Oh, okay. This is fun, guys. This is totally fun. This is totally fun.
We need to do more of these things where we capture
Yeah, totally.
Stop recording.
What's that? Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Are we doing like a sound check?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll swallow the mic.
Yeah. Check 1, 2. Why don't we each go down and just do a mic check, and we'll see how that's. See if the levels sound right to Chris, or look right to Chris. Go ahead.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Okay. Check 1, 2.
I don't think we've got that one.
Close it.
Oh, check 1, 2.
I think you better hold it in your hand. You might have to.
Oh.
That stand might not do it. It's not a very good mic stand.
There we go.
So you're gonna do like 5 minutes or something?
Yeah, and yeah.
This is what a podcast really looks like, a bunch of people looking at their computers. Can everybody hear us okay? Do we need to turn up the master volume, or is this good?
They're saying turn it up.
up.
They're saying turn it up.
Up a little bit? Okay.
When does master volume become mistress volume or Ms. volume?
I like Ms. volume.
I like Ms. volume
I like
better.
it too. There's a lot of room in the spray zone, folks.
So the problem with this being like live is you all know that I'm really their grandmother now. I keep having this fantasy that somebody listens and doesn't know that I'm twice the age of everybody else.
Boy, Randall's sure wearing a pair of Google glasses just show off. I am.
Sure.
Just want to make sure.
Announcement has nothing to do with the podcast. If you could help the kitchen staff by returning dishes as soon as possible, that would let them go home sooner. And Tom Tomasek, I just saw you walk in, and the person I had just found for a ride for you may have just given up. You good?
John's taking him. Yeah.
Awesome. And then the second thing is I want to thank the kitchen because
Let's thank the kitchen staff.
Woo! They actually were not cooking this week. This is not a week of regular meals for the seminary, and so they just mobilized for us, and we are very, very fortunate. So we will pass on your gratitude. I'll write them a note. Old-fashioned paper and pen kind of thank you note.
A card.
Oh, a card. That's a piece of paper that folds, right?
We used to have those things.
It's not touch sensitive, I don't think.
We're getting close here.
There's his treadmill behind him.
Vader
Vader
Claus.
Claus.
Vader Claus in my office. Yeah.
If I weren't so desperate to unplug after this event, I would totally go home and just like plug into the for like a day.
Yeah.
I'm sitting up here like, please load, please load.
So who saw? I saw people tweeting about it.
Yeah, I want to see it. I've seen the tweets.
Not friends. You got to be friends with.
You have to have time
Really?
to like get online. Go to Google Plus.
You have to be friends with Randall on.
Several clauses. You have to be friends with Randall on Google Plus.
There are
Like
people
those
in my
books,
diocese.
those old
Google
books that
Plus.
used to mix and match. You know, the head, the body, the legs. You know, you can have the Google Plus. You can have Randall.
There are people in my diocese who say, you know, I share stuff on Facebook so I can get to my friends. I share stuff on Twitter so I can let people know about it. And I share stuff on Google Plus so Randall will see it. So.
A sad announcement to make, which is that I don't think we're going to be able. I can't reach to get the theme music to play. That's what we've been reduced to. This thing isn't long enough to reach where I'm sitting. Maybe. You could pull it up from a previous podcast and come plug in. You want to come be the Yeah, do it.
Well, everybody, hello, and I have actually got to my ride is leaving, so sad to say I can't stay here and be a part of it.
Do it at intro host, and that way Randall can at least say hi. Cool.
Cool.
Put it in. Ready? We don't have to actually do that. Usually we count. Should we do it anyway?
Yeah.
Awkwardly. All right. 5,
4,
3, 2,
1.
Hello. Welcome to episode 17 of Easter People. Full conversations about faith and culture. We are recording live at the here. And we pulled an audible a couple days ago to try to maximize the funniness of this show. And we decided that we were going to share some kind of tech blunder that we have committed over the years. Randall, do we need to let you go?
I can do mine in 30 seconds,
All right.
I believe, and so then I'll be heading off
And
with
then the walk of shame.
a big thanks to John Roberto, who was such a big part of, and who continues to be such a big part of Christian formation, of tech technology of this conference, and most importantly, he is now my driver to the airport. So most tech blunders, not even my own fault, but was here at the eFormation conference for my first workshop for those who participated in the big Google Dash yesterday, a big intensive Google 3-hour workshop. During the first workshop, we lost internet for about 20 or 30 minutes. And whereas in some Christian formation workshops, I can always say, okay, well, I can just tell a story now, or I can just write something down. Let's all take out paper and pen. There is not a lot you can do in a Google workshop without the internet. There is not a lot of good stories that start out like, well, one day I was using my Gmail, and it was slow. You know. That was great, but it was a great part of the beginning of this conference, and I'm going to give up my seat to a guest.
All right. So at this point, we're going to welcome a couple of special guests to the stage to share their tech blunders. We won't make you go first. First of all, I'd like to welcome to the stage Tim Skank. Tim, come tell us who you are and what you do.
Why, thank you. I guess, first of all, I'm not worthy to gather a table right here, but thank you for having me as a guest. I'm Tim Skank. I blog at Clergy Confidential. I write. I'm a priest up on the South Shore of Boston, and that kind of stuff.
You started a web initiative that some people here might have heard of.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's this little online devotion called Lent Madness.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, and now I'm gonna suggest that you take that mic out of the stand, and I think you and Nancy are gonna have to share, because now I'm gonna welcome to the stage Nancy Frausto.
All right.
Nancy, tell us who you are and what you do.
Major fangirl for Lent Madness. That's who I am. I'm a priest in the Diocese of LA, serving 2 churches. And I'm very happy to be here with y'all. Yay!
All right, thanks for joining us. Okay, so who wants to kick us off with a story of a hideous tech blunder? We've been this work. Got to be willing to make mistakes. You got to just try and.
Critical, and there have been a few different occasions since begin, from years ago, starting to use email and such that I've been crafting an email in response to somebody, and you start out by kind of making notes to yourself like, well, that's stupid, like a comment on this, and then not going back and self-editing those things, sending it out. So. Text messages of we need to talk about
So my first official academic interview for a potential faculty position was also the first time I ever used PowerPoint. And it was because they'd sort of said, don't you want to, and they sort of filled in the blank. So I spent hours teaching myself PowerPoint, which is not in the early stages of PowerPoint was not that user friendly. And I had some pretty sort of so decent slides, and they were, but they represented a favor of and then I had my presentation, feeling less nervous. master of all of the slides there, and then I just started talking like I would have normally pre-PowerPoint. Oh, I wasn't doctor yet. He said, Ms. Kimball, have you ever used PowerPoint before? You know, a half millimeter.
Most of my tech blunders are due to operator error, and like Jason, a lot of them revolve around hitting send on Twitter and then thinking, come back. One example. And it may have even been late afternoon, Christmas Day, after a nap, and I was in one of those kind of crazy moods, and so I went onto Twitter and I typed, just remember, if you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, it's because Jesus hates you. I mean, I thought that was kind of funny. Evidently, one of my parishioners did not, and she left the congregation. But she came back 2 years later. So there was a limit on her disgruntled. The other thing that I love, this is a story back when the text lingo just started, and pretty much there were two things. There was LOL and there was OMG. Remember that? And this didn't happen to me, but someone that I know, rector of a church, and someone she'd been in contact with this woman and knew that her mother was dying, and it was a kind of a long thing, and her mother died, and she sent the email to you can all go, oh. Okay, thanks. That really adds some texture to this story. And so she emailed the rector saying that this had happened, and the rector emailed back, LOL. She thought it meant lots of love. Oh well.
I thought you were going to say that there were only two, and she meant to do the one, but did the other one instead, and so meant to do OMG, but did LOL.
I like lots of love, actually. We should take it back. We should reclaim that one. Lots of love. So I was learning how to post videos on YouTube. And I thought it'd be really funny to have a practice video of just being silly. Yeah, you guys know where this is going. So there I am with my youth group, and they were just calling out things. And I was like, yeah, I was doing them, and we were going to post it on YouTube because I was pretending I knew what I was doing. So I was showing them how to post a video. I don't know how it happened, but you could still Google my name and see me dancing a version of La Macarena with the mashed potatoes and the Cabbage Patch while singing Defying Gravity. I cannot dance and I cannot sing. So it's living out there in the world. I know there's a way you could put it down. I mean, you could take it down, right? Yeah, I just never bothered to. I mean, I think I was famous for like a week.
They're all Googling it right now, it seems.
Yeah. We'll link to it in the show notes, right?
We have a listener doing the Macarena.
Yeah, Baila tu cuerpo alegría. And I sang a little bit of it in too, so it was, yeah. That's my story.
Well, I have a topical one. We've talked several times this week about the website Building Faith, which Sharon Pearson, one of our listeners, who I think had to leave. Is Sharon still here? I think she left. Yeah. So at some point, her parent company had to pull her off of that project, and so our center acquired that blog. And so our first step in getting ready to hand over the keys to Matthew Kozlowski and Charlotte Greason, who are right over there, who are the new curators of Building Faith. Part of what we had, had up on their site and put up some exciting new Center for the Ministry of Teaching house ads. And I used to be an engineer, and I used to be a computer programmer, and I was like, oh, I'm really looking forward to like getting into the source code and like messing around a little bit. I was pumped that there were some things that we were going to have to do that were hard coded. It wasn't all just plug this in. Like I'm actually going to have to edit the source code. And so the very first thing that happened to the Building Faith website when the CMT acquired it is that it was hideously broken for the first 2 hours. Because the very first thing I did was break the quintessential rule was I changed something and didn't save the original source code. And I broke Building Faith. I was very grateful.
So Meredith Gould may tell us we can't break the internet, but you can break Building Faith.
You can break things. You can break things, and I did. And I don't know if anyone accessed the site on that day during that hour window, but I probably did. And I know Lisa came to my desk and was like, "How's it going?" Oh, it's fine. It's I'm working on it. Thankfully, it didn't come to having to shamefully call tech support. Not that there's any shame in that, but I would have had to admit a blunder, and pride would have gotten in the way. So I did fix it, but that's my tech blunder. Anything else burning for anyone, or should we move on?
Keeps us humble.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Never reply all.
There's some BTS students pointing. Yes. Okay, well, if you would like to share your hideous tech blunders with the world, if like the e-scapegoat, you want to confess your sins in a tweet, or otherwise, feel free to drop us a line at easterpeoplepodcast@gmail.com. You can tweet us at EasterPPL on Facebook.com/EasterPPL, and our show page is at keyhallonline.org/EasterPPL, which I'm told is back up. So. That's a plus. Okay, well, it's good that Tim mentioned these abbreviations that we use in the texting world, because that's what our game is about this week. We often play a game here on the Easter People podcast, and
some of us really do poorly. Often.
That would be me.
So we've got 4 rounds of let's call it, I guess, the Twitter and texting abbreviation game, and for this we actually we have an opportunity to allow some audience participation here, because I wrote enough for Randall to be here, and Randall's not here. So if the first 4 people who want to line up over here can play in Randall's stead, we'll
brave souls.
We'll pass you a microphone.
We have lifelines. Could I have a lifeline?
Ooh.
Oh, we could. Well, we've got 5 questions, so we could. You could have lifelines too. I think you can always poll the audience for your questions. We can take one more quiz person. We'll hand you a microphone when the time comes. We'll put you guys collectively in Randall's slot after Nancy. Okay. So 4 rounds of questions. I will give you the abbreviation, and you tell us what it means. Round 1 is going to begin with some fairly easy ones. You probably have seen these in your Twitter feed today. And round 4 is just exclusively ones that I had never heard of and are just totally absurd. So the
it's like the SATs and things. They get progressively
Yes,
harder,
yes.
and when it gets easy, you know you're going the wrong direction.
Yeah. So the points will. I mean, let's be honest. I'm not going to keep track of the points, but let's say that you're going to get an additional point. If someone else wants to keep score, feel free.
I keep score.
You'll get 1 point in round 1, 2 points in round 2, et cetera, et cetera.
Is this in bracket form? Because that would be a little easier for me.
Does not compute. We could probably figure out a way to put it in brackets, but we're just going to go round robin, I think. If you don't know an answer, and it's short enough for you to do this on the fly, you can make one up, and we'll let the audience vote by applause about whether you should maybe get a sympathy or creativity point. So if you don't know it, go ahead and take a guess. In round 4, they're just too long to guess. But okay, without further ado, here we go. Jason, you're up first. Your acronym is ICYMI.
ICYMI?
Yes.
I had a middle schooler help me this last week. I should know these. Um,
I'm realizing this is one of those games that might be hard to do verbally. Do you guys want like a napkin and a pen to write them down as I say
No,
them?
because I think we need to be like.
Okay.
We need
she
handicaps.
wants me to lose. is what she said.
All right, so lock
I always do.
lock in your answer then, buddy.
I'll call you maybe interpersonally.
I'll call you maybe interpersonally. Does that get a point, audience?
That's pathetic, folks. Come on.
Mixed
help me out here.
reviews, I'd say. Okay, let's give it to him. ICYMI is in case you missed it. So you see that on Twitter quite a bit.
I missed that one.
Yeah. So if you see that one, you know it's someone probably sending something out for the second time. Okay.
This is the easy round.
Lisa, TTYL.
Oh, ta-ta for now. Oh, TTY.
Right idea. Stick with it. TTYL. Microphone.
Oh, talk to you
Oh,
later.
you can't help her.
No, that one I do know. But I really did think you said N.
Gotcha.
No one has ever said ta-ta on Twitter, ever, except Lisa now.
Talk to you later. Does that count? But
Talk to you later. Let's give it to her. That's good.
No,
That's
let's-
good. We're warming up. Yeah. Okay. Father Tim on FWIW.
that's very good.
Well done. Well done. That's why he's a pro. Okay, Nancy. IMHO.
I know this one.
In my honest opinion. What?
We can.
You failed me.
She sabotaged you.
Canonically, it's in my humble opinion. But I think,
Humble, honest, same difference.
yeah. Okay. All right. So who's up? Can we take the cordless and hand it to Day? Which would you prefer? I think you should each get a chance. Okay. You want to be a team? Okay. Each time have a different person give the answer so we can get different voices. So yours is TF.
Thanks for the food.
Thanks for the food. That close enough. Thanks for the follow is what we were going for, but thanks for the food. I like that. Okay, that's round one. So round two are still in the realms of things I had seen, but probably would not be able to get if I were not the one giving the quiz. Give quizzes. It's easier than taking them. The first one in round two for Jason. TLDR.
Okay, everybody.
Oh, did I? Yeah, it should still be on. Uh-oh, did it die? I think it may have died. Is it? Yeah, it's been a long conference. Can you guys share from now? Is that all right?
Just shout it out. You got your hand up.
Okay, TL:DR.
I'm not a Reddit guy.
Apparently, it's hard to give. Apparently, it's hard to give quizzes too. TL:DR.
I have no idea. This always happens.
The the team over here would like to steal. I think we can allow that. Shout it out.
All right.
We'll say it. Too long.
Oh.
Didn't read.
Too long, didn't read.
Okay. Nice job.
Wait for the
Nice.
home team.
Yeah, team audience. Good job.
Okay, Lifeline, get ready.
Okay. Here we go. OOMF.
What I want to say about MF, I can't say on the air.
These first couple rounds aren't edgy. There are some edgier ones later on.
We can bleep something out later, can't we?
Orange orangutans must fly.
Survey says
It's got to be it.
they like it, but
Apparently somebody's the audience favorite.
Did anyone know what it was?
yep.
Oh, good. I
Yep.
feel better. What was it?
Chris Hamby got it. One, oh. one of my friends or one of my followers.
I should have
So,
gotten friends. F is usually friends.
Okay. All right. Back to Tim. HAGN.
Is that like the Home Shopping Network?
Something like that.
You know, I don't know, but I do know that I do know what F stands for typically. Does that help?
Did I say enough?
You didn't say an F.
Okay.
I'm just trying to show that I know something about these things. I don't know.
Okay.
Haggard, angry, goat rider, or whatever.
That one was. Does anybody know it? HAGN. Yep. There we go. Have a good night.
Nick Roosevelt.
Easter People
score.
superfan Nick Roosevelt is all over this quiz.
Way to go, Nick.
Well, I don't know if he wants to be identified as a superfan. We would think of him as a superfan.
No, he wants to go down in history as answering that question. That's what he wants to be known by.
All right.
That's all it takes.
So next for Nancy.
All
right. YKWIM.
YK.
WIM. Oh, so I think somebody's got it. Oh, the audience is killing it on this.
YK.
Wait, will we let them steal?
Wait, no. Say it one more time. What?
YKWIM.
Oh, you know what I mean.
You know what I mean?
Yo! I'm
this
so
is-
glad you guys knew
Does it
that.
count when I get it for somebody else?
Yeah, I think this is turning into panel versus audience. Okay, back around to the audience members now. Matthew's gonna take. Oh, that mic isn't working anymore. Shoot.
Actually, it is working.
Oh, it is. Okay, good. It just.
Resurrection people
There we
on
go.
the Easter podcast.
Yes. Okay, and for the audience members, AFAIK.
As far as I know.
Yes, indeed. Day Smith Pritchard, who knew? She's all over these.
Yeah, just keep it and we'll do this.
What was that, Chris? AFK? Is that the same thing? Oh, away from keyboard. I didn't know that one. I'm actually very good at these. Yeah.
Are you old enough for that?
Them's fighting words, I think. Chris Hamby is running this Google Hangout for us, for which we're not make him too angry,
Chris
or he
Hamby's
might
the
just
man.
end it. So what was that, Jason?
I say Chris Hamby's the man.
He is the man. That's true. He's going to definitely have to be the next guest on Easter People, I think, after all this working hard. Okay, here we go, round 3. So the theme of round 3 is that these are simpler expressions with modifiers or intensifiers. Nick Roosevelt shaking
Do you
his
all
head.
know
He's
what
with
that
us.
means?
We're just going to dive in, and it'll become clear. Okay, so Jason, I don't really get this one, but I'm just, I've got it on good authority. ZOMG.
Like, zoinks, oh my God.
Canonically, it is apparently OMG to the max. That's what the survey says. We'll link to these authorities later on. What's that? Authorities. Yeah, Dave's putting quotation marks around authorities. That's good. Okay, Lisa. SMDH. SMDH. Modifying SMH. SMH, the intensifier is SMDH.
Somebody?
Chris Hamby's acting it out. We're going to gestures.
Okay, what about the letters? SM.
SMDH.
So, I have no idea.
Shaking my damn head.
Yep. Shaking my damn head. A riff on SMH, shaking my head.
Are you allowed to say damn in the rectory at VTS?
Well, canonically.
You just did.
Yeah. I think so far on this podcast we have said damn and ass, I think. And we have.
But you were talking about Balaam.
Hell.
I'm
Yeah,
just worried
yeah.
about all of these people surrounding us and judging us on the walls, the paintings.
The cloud of mostly not so friendly
think they're
witnesses.
I think
Yeah.
she's smiling.
Yeah. There are portraits of past VTS professors and deans on the wall, and most of them don't look real happy to be joining us today. But there are some including recently retired Tony Lewis, who looks happy to be here.
Is his portrait up in this room?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so Tim, this is a terrible verbal game. I'm very sorry, but let's finish it out. HHO, and then 1/2, and then K. HHO 1/2.
Have you ever
K.
said "ho" on this? I don't know.
First time for everything.
I don't know. SSDD. I don't know.
It's haha only half kidding. So HHOK is haha only kidding, and you can insert a 1/2 for those moments where your joke is not really a
Figure out
joke.
how to text half. Like that's a lot of.
You're right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So it's just the dash.
Forward slash.
Forward
Yeah.
slash.
Right, but
Okay.
that's 3.
That's a long abbreviation.
That's 3.
I got to tell you, they're going to get longer.
The best part is this is about texting and yet rates to figure out what the hell we're even doing here.
Write it out.
Okay, next up, Nancy. LHH. This is a riff on LOL.
LHH?
LHH.
Okay, laughing half-heartedly.
I like that. That's good. Our authority here says laughing hella hard.
Ah!
Definitely the first time we've said hella on Easter People.
Hella.
This is cutting edge.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Over to the audience members. LOLPMP. PMP.
Laughing out loud, peeing my pants.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
This is a testament to the power of teamwork over here. They are doing really well.
Brain trust over there.
Yeah. Thank you, Liz. Okay, here we go. Round 4. These are final round.
Okay, thank God.
There a
These
couple
are the more impossible.
More impossible.
the most impossible. Yeah. Some of them are a little racy, but I figured YOLO. They laughed. In case you couldn't hear it on the microphone, they laughed a little bit. Okay, here we go. Jason.
Yes, sir.
IOTTCO.
IOTTCO.
Lisa's just
I only
blatantly cheating now.
intuitively obvious to the casual observer.
You are correct.
Seriously? Who does this?
I don't know. I don't know who the hell uses these things,
Right?
but
Just so you know, Lotto. Google asked us. You sure you didn't mean Lotto?
Netlingo.com assures me that someone out there is saying IOTTCO.
So that's the canon we're referring to here.
Yes, yeah, netlingo.com, I think it is. We'll put it in the show notes. Okay. Yeah, I encourage cheating at this point. I'd be curious to see if cheating will get you all these. Urban Dictionary did not know that one. Okay, good
It was
to know.
the first hit on Google.
Yeah,
When you didn't
yeah.
want
Maybe
Lotto.
Urban Dictionary should be the canon. Okay, here we go. Lisa. KWSTA.
Kiss with.
that just happened. That just happened. Kissing with serious tongue action. What's that? Was that was what I was looking for? Yeah.
What were you looking for?
That's not how I meant it, Lisa.
That's covered by the safe church canon.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
This one is totally past the computer.
I took ethics in seminary.
Okay. There we go.
It's well, it doesn't exist anymore. May she rest in peace.
But
Or as I call it, the University of Phoenix.
yeah, rise again. All right, here we go. Some ethics professor in here just smiled, by the way. I'm sure that one of them was ethics.
I was sucking up.
Okay, here we go. Someone apparently says this. Is this right? I didn't fact check
Can't read
this.
the letters.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay.
Can I file a protest? If you can't read it.
GSYJDWYMH.
This is like the National Spelling Bee gone horribly wrong. God says. Then I don't remember. The rest. What is it?
I now understand it looking at it.
It's good seeing you. Just don't wear your monkey hat. I think they were referring to bishops.
Does anyone, maybe if it's dirty, if it's really dirty, don't tell us, but does anyone know what that means? Don't wear your monkey hat? I don't know. It was on NetLingo. I don't know what the deal. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. This one comes from the business
I
world.
need Vanna White to like turn the letters.
Yeah. This one comes from the business world. WAMBAM. Which is just fun to say.
Don't do an image search for that, apparently, just so you know.
Don't do an image search for Wham Bam.
No, Wham Bam, thank you, ma'am. No, that's not it.
First pick vinyl fence.
I'm not. This one. The answer I'm looking for is not dirty. There may be other ones that are. I didn't think so. Chris is showing me what it means on a site that. Oh yeah. We don't want to go there. A business application.
Okay, business.
All right.
Still looking for
Wired
it?
and mobile.
We have an audience.
John.
Yeah, John, shut it out. Web application meets brick and mortar. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
That sounded hybrid to me. I thought it was good for this conference. Okay, here we go. Last question of the quiz. A less successful quiz than I hoped, but I hope it's been fun.
TBTG.
TB2G, anyone? There we go. Thanks be to God. Okay. IWBAPTAKYAIY. T-A. And they don't have a computer. And I propose a quiz like this, you know what to say. If you want to share your favorite text and tweet abbreviations with us, cram your top 10 into a tweet to us at EasterPPL, and thanks to lingo.com for helping us decode these crazy abbreviations. indeed. So at this point, I'd like Tim Skank and Nancy Frausto for applause.
Wait, can I just say something?
Sure.
It just hit me right now that you meant text blunders, not tech blunders.
No, in that first segment, it was all of the above.
I was like, oh, they're talking about texting, and I'm talking about a video. Wow, don't I feel smart?
No. You were exactly right.
Okay.
You did both.
Yeah, I did it right. Thank you, guys.
We zoomed in for this second segment. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. It's been great to have you with us.
I think that's our cue to leave.
We said we had a hard stop at 2, and we're going to go over that a tiny bit, but I want to see if either of my colleagues here has a green shoot. We always end our show with green shoots, the signs of new life in the world around us. Do you guys have a green shoot for the week?
I just have to talk about eFormation. This was a fabulous 3 days, 3 weeks. It feels like 3 weeks. My green shoot is that there are this many men and women across many parts of the church who believe that we have something to offer the world, that there is good news, that God reigns, and that there are ways to communicate that are innovative and imaginative and responsible, and that we're willing to help each other. So I have loved these 3 days. I've loved seeing people learn. I've loved seeing people help. I've loved seeing people be willing to ask vulnerable questions. We've just had, I think, a really good experience of living in the moment of the reign of God, and it has been lovely. So thank you to all of you who were part of that and to the team that helped prepare it.
Thanks, Lisa. How about you, Jason?
eFormation has been awesome, but I have, as is common, a green shoot. I have recently discovered a new podcast called Song Maximum Fun Network of podcasts, and it's just fantastic. So for music geeks, they basically take an artist and a particular song by that artist and talk about how the song was written and recorded, and it's just fantastic if you're a music nerd like me. So check it out, Song Exploder.
Great. We will we'll link to. Is a sort of special case. Schoolhouse Rock for Jews, and we learned so much from Sarah and her many stories. She had a plenary on Monday night, which I will be sad that we did not capture that plenary. It's my fault, not Chris Hamby's fault. I'm just really grateful to Sarah. We're glad she was here, and will bear even more fruit going forward. So that's mine. Big round of applause. And thank you for all of you. Thanks for being here, sticking around for our silly little podcast. Abbreviations with us. And thanks for listening. We'll fix it in post. Thank you, Nick. That was awesome.
Where was I? We'd love to hear what you think at Easter People on Twitter, facebook.com/EasterPPL, or at KeyHall.PPL. We're now available not just on iTunes, Podkicker, and Blueberry, but also Stitcher. So check us out there. Randall Absent Pals on Twitter at Randall Curtis, and the holygeek.com. Jason's on Twitter at Jason Evans, and the web at digital. Thanks to everybody who tuned in online.